right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Sunday, June 2nd, and the Yankees were finishing off a West Coast trip with Game 3 against the San Francisco Giants. Juan Soto getting it done at the plate, and Nestor Cortes on the mound. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
New York City.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back, kid.
Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet OddsJam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260 plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. OddsJam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with OddsJam. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. What a game. What a road trip. That was absolutely delicious. There's something different about this team, guys. I'm telling you. Michael Jordan used to say that, good teams can win games on any given night. But to win championships, you need great teamwork. You need contributions from everybody. You need smart plays. We had all of that stuff today. We had Juan Soto with 2 home runs. He also had a bunt single in a big situation. Headed into the 9th inning, I thought the fun hat was getting a day off. But I don't know how much Juan Soto is going to get, but he is worth every penny. Every penny! The man is incredible, and this team is amazing, and so much fun to watch right now. A great comeback win against a fantastic closer, Camilo Doval, and someone's ringing my doorbell now, picking a bad time to do that. But the Yankees finish off their West Coast trip with a sweep of the San Francisco Giants. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Already over 550 people in the chat on this Sunday afternoon. I don't know about you guys, but I was ready for the West Coast late night games to be over. I'm ready to get back into Yankee Stadium, 7:07 first pitch. Welcome back to Gerrit Cole pretty soon. In case you missed it, we found out before the game that Gerrit Cole is going to be making a rehab assignment on Tuesday. And Aaron Boone said he's going to need, and this is a quote, a couple of starts. So that tells you he's been throwing against hitters. He's just going to start a couple of times in the minor leagues. To me, a couple is 2. That would put Gerrit Cole back during the June 14th through June 16th series in Fenway against the Boston Red Sox. Now that's going to be must-see TV. I have a feeling he's going to come back and shove. But it's going to be fun for a while anyway to see Gerrit Cole and Luis Gil run out there 2 out of every 5 days. That's going to be a lot of strikeouts, baby. Today is the 1-year anniversary of Aaron Judge's toe injury, and I realized that it's weird that he hit 62 one year, and then the following year he got injured on 6-2. So, anyway, damn good road trip by any measure. Yankees win every series, 7-2. Aaron Judge and Juan Soto both did lots of damage Donald pieces. Juan Soto, the GOAT. And Aaron Judge will return home as the Major League leader in home runs. DJ LeMahieu is back, looking great on defense. The bat's still kind of warming up, but, it doesn't look awful. 1 for 5 today. I think the hits will come. I was very intrigued to see what the Yankees would do today because they were facing Blake Snell, who the Yankees offered $150 million to this winter. Good thing he said no. Otherwise, Luis Gil would be starting the AAA All-Star game instead of possibly the Major League All-Star game. A very Blake Snell outing, if we're being honest. Basically 99 pitches through 4 2/3 innings. Traffic all over the bases, a lot of strikeouts, but he left with a potential injury, a groin injury. And he's had a tough year. That tells you, that's the second year in a row that a major pitcher has missed a lot of spring training and has really struggled. Last year it was Carlos Rodon for the Yankees, obviously. And this year, Blake Snell. And Jordan Montgomery was late too, and he's not having a great year. He's not having a typical Jordan Montgomery year either. Yankees don't play on the West Coast again until September 17th when they begin a 6-game trip to Seattle and Oakland. But hey, before we get to the recap and the finer details, I want to thank you guys very much for 39,000 subscribers. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're here after every game. We are on a quest to get to 40,000. And when we get to 40,000, we're going to give away some Yankees tickets, some merch, all sorts of stuff. So let's go ahead and get to the recap.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
We got a few super chats, and I will get to those soon. But first, I want to go over the details of this game in case you missed it. Yankees got off to a great start against Blake Snell. First inning, Juan Soto.
There it goes. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Home run for Juan Soto.
16th home run of the season to the absolute deepest part of the ballpark. The guy is amazing. He's a perfect fit for this team. And got to credit Brian Cashman for doing what needed to be done to bring him in. And now it's on Hal to do what needs to be done to lock him up. He is the perfect hitter to put in front of Aaron Judge. And yes, Mr. Steinbrenner, pay that man his money.
Pay that man his money.
Giants tied it at 1 in the bottom of the second. Line drive single. Amazing effort by Anthony Volpe. He laid out in midair. I thought he was going to make a full Superman catch, but it just missed his glove. Giants pulled ahead with a solo home run in the bottom of the third inning by Ramos. Another home run in the fourth inning by Casey Schmidt made it 3-1. Definitely not a good day on the mound for Nestor Cortez.
Time to stop throwing these fucking meatballs.
Top 5, Volpe singled to extend his on-base streak to 29 games. He had a really good day. And then Juan Soto picked up a bunt single to bring Judge up as the tying run. And that's where we're talking about the IQ, the baseball IQ. That's a really smart play. Dude's already got a home run. He could try and be the tying run. You telling me Gleyber Torres up right there isn't trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark to be the tying run? Hell no. He's trying to get on base. Soto's trying to get on base because he's got Aaron Judge, the major league leader in home runs, in the on-deck circle, and he wanted him to drive him home to be the go-ahead run. He wanted Judge to give the Yankees the lead. So Juan Soto smartly sacrificed himself. Like, he was trying to bunt for a hit, but you could easily miss bunt and get thrown out. So that was a really smart play. They were giving him the whole left side, and he took it. Great job by Juan Soto. Judge ended up striking out on a questionable check swing. It was close, but I believe the umpire kind of inserted himself into the game again and took the bat out of Aaron Judge's hand in a huge situation. We've seen way too much of that. Blake Snell ended up walking Giancarlo to load the bases, and then he got pulled with 99 pitches. But Alex Verdugo followed up with a 2-run double to tie the game at 3. Got that dog in him, baby. He has got that dog in him. Probably could have taken the lead if Giancarlo Stanton didn't run like he was in the early stages of rigor mortis, but it is what it is. The energy that Verdugo and Soto have brought to this team, alongside the energy that's coming from Stroman, from calling up Luis Gil, from Anthony Volpe being more comfortable and confident this year and playing like a leadoff man, exactly what this team has needed for a long time. The energy is off the charts. There's a long way to go. We know that because last year at this time, the Yankees' season turned around and they went in the toilet. But at this moment, they feel like a very, very dangerous team that can compete with anybody, anywhere, anytime. How many aces have we seen them face? How many closers do they need to come back against? Clase, Doval. This team can beat anybody. Anybody. And I can't wait for the Dodgers series at the end of this week. It'll be nice to kick the shit out of Yamamoto on Friday night. But Shohei Ohtani always crushes at Yankee Stadium, so that's going to be difficult. But I want to see Luis Gil versus Shohei Ohtani. That's going to be worth the price of admission. Not a great day for Nestor Cortez today. He was done after 4 1/3 innings. He struck out 7, but he allowed 7 hits, 3 earned runs. He allowed 2 home runs. His ERA this season is up to 3.46. You could tell that he was just not very sharp. It was a battle, but thankfully he will not get a loss because the Yankees came back. It's weird to see a Yankees pitcher that doesn't go, more than 5 or 6 innings because it so rarely happens anymore. But nonetheless, a very tough day at the office for Nestor. Man, I'm pumped! I'm so pumped! Dennis Santana also had a tough day at the office. He allowed the lead to the Giants in the 6th inning. 3 hits allowed, just 1 in the 3rd innings. Yankees definitely need some bullpen help. I put out a trade video yesterday as to 10 potential trade targets. One of them was Ryan McMahon, but on the screen it was just R. Big screw up by me. I just it wasn't by me. It was my system glitched out, but I screwed up by not reviewing it closely enough. But anyway, there's a lot of bullpen arms in that video that you should check out that I think would be a nice addition to this staff. Good news also that Scott Efros is beginning to work his way back. He's a sidearm slinger, came up with the Cubs. Yankees traded for him when he still had a lot of control. That control has dwindled because he got injured and the service time is spent while he's on the injured list. But he could be a valuable piece coming down the stretch. Those of you who remember 2009 will remember that Damaso Marte was injured for most of the season, and then he came up huge in the playoffs. Going back to 96, you had David Weathers, who was awful after the Yankees traded for him. Graham Lloyd, same thing. And then they both were on the playoff roster, and they both got huge outs in the postseason. We're going to need huge outs in the postseason. Right now, the bullpen feels like the weakest part of this ball club, and they need to go out and get some arms. Yankees were trailing 5-3, headed into the 9th inning, and then it got fun. We all heard about how great their closer, Camilo Doval, was. 100-mile-an-hour fastball, 98-mile-an-hour cutter. I don't blame you if you were pessimistic about their chances at a comeback. I was wrapping things up, and to much to my surprise, although it probably shouldn't surprise me at this point with the way this team has been playing, the Yankees mounted a comeback. Trevino beat out a double play ball to extend the inning. That's an underrated moment that a lot of people are going to forget. It doesn't show up in the box score, but great hustle down the line where he could have just gotten thrown out easily. And then Anthony Volpe ripped a clutch triple to the right field gap. And then Juan Soto, my goodness.
There it goes. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone.
The man is incredible. Incredible. 17th home run of the season. 3rd hit of the game. 2nd home run of the game. He's batting .322. He came into the game leading the league in hitting, and I think he still is. OPS at 1.031. And like I said earlier, whatever he gets, whatever number is on that final contract that he receives and that he signs the dotted line, he is worth every penny, possibly more. Giancarlo followed up with a double for his 1,500th career hit. Nice job by Giancarlo. Big ups. That is no small feat. And then Clay Holmes shut things down in the 9th inning. And what do you know? Yankees winning streak is at 5 games.
We're going streaky! Yeah!
Wow, winning.
7-2 on the West Coast trip. You can't ask much more than that. The Yankees are on a roll right now. Take it away, John Sterling.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
All right, we got some super chats to get to. Hernan Hernandez with the $5 super chat says, best team in baseball, best Yankees postgame on YouTube, period. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you very much. Now, if only MLB would let me use a few more highlights than we're using right now, it could be even better. And then Richard C. says, Juan Soto is going to be our big poppy in the clutch. He has been extremely clutch, but also Aaron Judge has been clutch. Anthony Volpe has been extremely clutch. Volpe showed the clutch gene last year, and he's been clutch this year with some big hits late in games. Mark Stenruse says, go Yankees, go Derek. I appreciate that. And then Charlie Moore says, Doval pitches like he's been drinking all afternoon. Doval throws nasty, nasty, filthy stuff. The cutter was over 100 miles an hour today, but the Yankees got to him. You got to throw strikes. You got to throw quality strikes at this level. No mystery about the belt today. Juan Soto. Tommy C's Cat says, I would hate Arson if I was a Giants fan. Luckily, I'm not. So Arson Judge, 2 for 3 today with a couple of walks. He is at 288 now, and that slow start seems like it was a million years ago, doesn't it? I told you in a couple of months you're not even going to remember it, and that's going to be the case. And, you know, when the All-Star game rolls around and he's got 38 home runs headed into the break, nobody's going to remember that he stunk the first few weeks of the season. Well, we might, because we talked about it a lot. But most of baseball will not. It's just going to become a footnote. Slow April in an otherwise unbelievable season for Aaron Judge. Imagine if he had gotten a full spring training and come in healthy. He might have 30 home runs by now. You never know. The guy is just absolutely on fire. Collins says, Yankees had a 9% chance to win the game headed into the 9th, but still won. All right.
My quantitative, my math specialist.
Peter Risberg says, Fangraphs has the Yankees with 98 wins and a 98% chance of making the playoffs. Well, if you love the Yankees, 98 is a pretty good number. Those of you who remember 98. There's nothing that will ever come close to 98, in my opinion. I was 15 years old, so I was in my prime age of watching baseball. And, you know, I watched every single game. And I was living and dying with every pitch. And it was just a fun summer. It was very stress-free after that first week. They got off to an 0-3 start. They got off to a 1-4 start. Then they go to Seattle. They break out against the Mariners. And then before you knew it, the All-Star break rolls around. They were 61-20. And as impressive as the Yankees start has been, they would have to go, 19-1 to match that? Ain't happening. I'm sorry. And the Yankees now lead the Orioles by 3 games in the American League East. We're going to take a look at the standings real quick. Yankees now 42-19, 689 win percentage. Orioles 37-20. Red Sox at 30-30, playing 500 ball. Rays under 500. I tell you what, the Rays have had some bad luck. They've had some bad injuries. They had the Wander Franco situation, obviously. Probably a mistake to give a long contract to a kid like that without really knowing that about him. He's probably going to spend a long time in prison. Blue Jays 28-30, pulling up the rear. They're probably going to be sellers. They might trade Bichette. They might trade Vladdy Jr. If they trade Kevin Gossman, that could be a difference maker because he's like an ace caliber pitcher. Guardians off to a really good start. Royals playing really, really well. Anybody who follows baseball closely could tell you that the Royals were going to be good. I mean, they made some smart moves this offseason. They got Bobby Witt Jr. He's a really good player. Twins, the Yankees will see this week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Looking forward to Luis Gil throwing against the Twins because the Twins will strike out, but they're also a team that hunts fastball. So be interested to see what happens there. Tigers 29-30, playing about 500 ball. White Sox 15-45, probably going to be sellers at the deadline. I've got my eyes on Garrett Crochet. Mariners off to a good start. It's funny, their GM said they wanted to win 54% of their games. They're at 55.7 right now. Rangers, world champs at 29-30, under 500. Astros 7.5 back at 26-34. A's obviously not doing well. Be interested to see if they trade Mason Miller. The Yankees probably going to be right in on that. And then Angels 21-38. Nobody gives a shit. The Phillies still the best record in baseball at 41-18, just ahead of the Yankees in terms of win percentage at 60 or .695. Yankees at I believe .689. Yeah. So Yankees are going to face the Dodgers later this week. They're 38-23, and they are off to a very good start. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a hell of a West Coast trip. I don't know if you guys are as wiped out as I am, but let's go ahead and take a few more comments.
I got to get out of here.
All right.
You gotta go.
Dante says if the Phillies lose today, the Yankees will take their rightful place at the top of the heap. All right, call into the voicemail show. We're going to do a voicemail show tomorrow. Even though there is no Yankee game tomorrow, we're still going to have a voicemail show. I'm going to do more of those top 10 videos we got coming up soon. I got a few more ideas as we move through the season. And we got another super chat here from Brandon Gramenos. Sorry if I butchered that. Says, hearing John Sterling call a game like this would have been amazing. He would adore Soto. I'm sure he does adore Soto. He's not dead. He's just retired. I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder, go ahead and like and subscribe. We got 1,194 people watching right now. We're live after every Yankees game. West Coast is typically the toughest part for me, but we just made it through. Thanks to Terrence Kem for helping out on a couple of those late nights there when I was dragging. Thanks to my wife who's been handling the pets in the morning so I could sleep in a little bit. And thanks to the folks at Foul Territory who've been putting up with me being in a grumpy, sleep-deprived mood for the last couple of weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time. Appreciate it.